Phoenix, Arizona was named after the mythological giant bird that died and was reborn from flames because our city founders, the post-Civil War 19th century Americans, found the ruins of the canal-building Hohokam people, a Teutonic tribe who moved here in the 3rd century AD. They had brought with them from Mexico a highly developed agricultural society that lasted until the 13th century. It included the sacred ball game, played with rubber ball and using targets, which is our early ancestor for soccer and basketball. The ball could only be struck with elbows, knees, shoulders, or hips. 800 years ago, the millennium-old peaceful city still existed here in the Valley of the Sun, the Hohokam, who had successfully created villages along the Salt, Verde, and the Gila rivers. Their rich alluvial valleys were filled with thousands of acres of corn, beans, and squash, as far as the eye could see. They traded with many other regional communities and Mexico for its chocolate, chilies, dried fruit, chicle, chewing gum, medicines, and ule, the sap of the rubber tree. Their generosity and kindness was legendary. The 300 miles of adobe-lined canals brought cool mountain water without fail to irrigate hundreds of thousands of acres, to feed these creative peoples, and allowed trade for communities far in any direction. Their marketplace was famous and packed with visitors for the days when the sacred ball game was played. There were 80 adobe ball courts scattered among the 10 largest villages. Every young man dreamed of being that special player who would score the winning home team goal against a visiting team, a Pochteca team, those romantic visitors who journeyed from the lands of the Toltecs with their packs laden with medicine, jewelry, seeds, and obsidian spear points. They would arrive on schedule, bringing talented ball players full of life, willing and eager to share their love with their many admirers. This oasis was known as Aztlan, land of the cranes, guided by the sacred virgin priestess of the corn, Tonasting, chosen at birth upon the death or marriage of the previous priestess by the council of elders. Each generation for 25 generations were blessed by the healing power of these sacred women. In 1250 AD, the current Tonasting had ruled for 18 years. She was faced with a decade-long drought and the invasion of the Uto-Aztecan peoples of the north, from the Idaho and Utah area, led by the powerful Utah war chief, Quetzalcoatl. These Great Basin Uto-Aztecans for centuries had been a poor tribe, dependent on the gathering of tubers and hunting of small game, but this 10-year drought had forced them to abandon their meager livings and become warriors. They began raiding farming communities to the south, and eventually conquer these cities, taking their food and enslaving the people. Now this Uto-Aztecan group, numbers swollen with captives, marched to the south, to the kingdom of the pyramids. This place, Aztlan, this drought-stricken Eden, now stands in their way. One young man will confront them. He is a Toltec Pochteca. He is creative and brave. In history, he will be remembered as the last Kokopelli, the last Pochteca to visit Aztlan. This is his story, the death of a kingdom and the search for a new one.